there. So today we're going to be running through a beginner mat workout. We started a little slow at the beginning of the series to go over some of the basics, and I'll still be giving modifications, but we're going to start to advance and get through a little more of the exercises. So to begin, let's just go ahead and start seated. Sit perched right up onto your sits bones. And then you can either slide your hands down the back of your legs, or we're going to roll down, or go hands free, but we're going to roll down here, rolling the spine down into your best upper up curl. So you come to the base of the rib cage, the base of the scapula, pull one knee in, and then the next. And we start pumping the arms for hundreds. The arms go up and down here. If this is a problem for you to hold yourself up in the upper up curl, you can lay your head down, but then the legs are going to come in closer to your body. If it feels like it's not enough, we stretch the legs up towards the ceiling and then slowly start to take them out away from center. The whole time the gaze fixed on the low abdominals as you actively breathe in for 5 beats and exhale for 5 more. Keep coming up with the back of the head, lifting it high to the ceiling. Your gaze fixed on the navel as you watch the abdominal wall expand on the inhale and sink deep on the exhale. Squeeze the legs together just a little bit. If you're starting to tire, you can fold the legs in a little closer to your body. If you're starting to warm up, you can take the legs a little lower down. We're looking to get a lot of work in the upper abs as you hold this upper ab curl, and a lot of work in the low abs supporting the body against the weight of your legs. One more breath here. Push the air out of the lungs with a deep exhale, and then fold the knees in, hold onto your legs, lay yourself down. When you touch the feet down, you can open the arms out to the side, and here rock your knees to one side, turn your head to look away. Coming back to center, and then going to the other side, the knees fall to one side, look out over your fingertips. Just stretch out your back and help open your chest with this movement. One more sway here, letting the knees glide over to one side, the hip tips up, exhaling, back to center, and then to the other side. Looking out over the fingertips, they melt towards the floor. And now we come into the roll up. So let's start here from above again. So you can pull one leg into your chest, extend the other leg up to the ceiling, elbows wide. And then as you lift your head, move through the upper ab curl, push both legs away from you to slowly rock forward and up. And this way, when you start seated, if you want, you can use the TheraBand around your feet for the roll back. And then we can transition into a roll up if you decide you want to do that. So holding the band around your feet or just sliding your hands down your legs, sit tall and then begin with a pelvic curl. The tail tips up, you pull the waist back, and you'll imprint your spine down one vertebra at a time. 1 inch of the body sinks into the ground, go all the way down slowly. And when your head touches, it's time to come up. Looking up, bring your chin towards your chest, look down your midline. If you're using the band, the elbows go wide and a little bit back as you come up slowly. Curve your body off the ground. It's like you're peeling. Take off a package. You can even dive over your legs, stretching out your back, and then roll yourself all the way up to sit upright. Continue with that. If you want to do a more advanced roll up, the legs are straight, feet are flexed, and the arms extend forward. We start again with that pelvic curl. You rotate the pelvis around the back of the legs, and you take your body down one vertebra after the next. Once you're all the way down, the arms can stretch back without overarching the rib cage. Bring the arms up, start to lift the head, exhale. Before you pick up the ribs, dive up and curve your body over your legs. If hamstrings are tight, you bend the knees. Otherwise, you just stretch here. The head is down, arms between ears. And on the way back, you can adjust the height of your arms. A little easier is to take the arms lower. More difficult to take the arms higher up by your ears. So you can change the arm position as you work down so that you're always moving through with perfect control and not falling and bringing the body down in one chunk after the next. So come up again. Exhale deliberately to boost your body up through the hardest part of lifting the rib cage. Round your back with someone's pulling your waist back as you dive forward. Stretching it out, the shoulders melting behind you. Coming back, we're going to stay low and then work the body down. Your arms can be here, they can be on your legs, they can be up in the air high. The higher they are, the more work you're going to get in the upper abdominals. And we'll lift again, coming up. Imagine squeezing an imaginary ball between your arms, squeeze from the armpits, That will engage your lats to help you engage your upper abdominal, external obliques. Rounding over here, take that bow. You should get a little bit more movement with every successive repetition. And we're going down again. Flow down, try to suspend your body and then deliberately lay it down 1 inch, 1 vertebra after the next. We're going to do one last one now. So coming up, you nod your head, you look down your midline, you come up, and then you curve. It's like you're being pulled forward by your own halo, diving over here, suck the belly back into the spine, you round your back around the front of your body, and then we're coming back, rotate the pelvis again, keep lifting the tail until you get down to your waist, your low ribs, then flatten the tail out, and you go all the way down, circle the arms around at your side. At this point, single leg circle. You can use your TheraBand or not. If you don't have a TheraBand, you can use a belt, even a dog leash, or of course a yoga strap. Let's pull the right knee into your chest and hug it in tight. The left leg stretches away. Feel that opening across the front of the left hip. And then we'll take the wide part of the band, the middle of it, and place it around the ball of the foot in the arch. Lift the leg up to the ceiling. And we reach up, and with the foot flexed, you pull the leg back as far as you can to get a good stretch both in the calf and in the hamstring, the back of the thigh. Now, if your hamstrings are tight, bend the knee to release tension out of it and still get the stretch in the middle of the muscle. Reach up through the ball of the foot, and you can lower the leg slightly from here. Elbows are grounded. We circle the leg across the body, so the right leg moves to the left. Reach it far out into the band or just far out into space. Externally rotate as you pull the leg around to the side and bring it up to the ceiling, and go again. We're moving slowly so that your breath is long and your exhale is both long and deep. The goal here is to keep the hips grounded against the weight and movement of your leg, just as much as it is to get the stretch of the leg as you open it out and draw a circle in the air. The size of the circle will be dependent on your ability to keep your body stable and grounded here. So I push down more into the right side of my body before the leg goes left, and then I sink into the left side of the body before the leg moves right. Let's go for one more. Keep reaching out into the band as you're pulling back with your arms, so you really lengthen the muscles in your leg and you create more space in the hip. Let's reverse. Inhale out to the side, and then reach forward and around. It can go low. Again, the circle should be only as large as you can support it from your core. It's very helpful to push down with the arm that's on the opposite side from the direction the leg is on. So right now as the leg goes right, my left arm is sinking into the ground. And then I push my right arm actively down at my side as I lift the leg up from the left. Let's go for two more. The breathing should be a short inhale and then a long exhale, so you feel the abdominal wall contract nice and deep like an interior corset. And we reach again. Both legs stretch. Even though one is laying on the ground, not moving, you still think of it lengthening. Once the leg is up, we take both ends of the band in the right hand, open the leg out to the right, external rotation. If you don't have a band, take your hand under it. Or, if you're used to yoga, your hand to your foot. And you can rock that leg a little bit towards your shoulder and away. Exhale to pick the leg up to the ceiling, switch hands on the band. Extend the right arm out. You'll look at it. I'm not. I'm going to look at the screen to see you all. And then you can stretch the leg over, spiraling the hip off the ground. The right shoulder blade stays grounded. The right leg reaches across the body, tries to touch the wall. Then rotate the leg internally by spinning the femur to turn the knee and the toes to the floor. And then exhale, let's come back from your left shoulder to your waist to your right hip. That'll lift that leg high. Lift it up as much as you can. Get a nice stretch in the back of the leg and then fold the knee in. The band comes off that foot. Tug the leg in again and then stretch it forward, slide it out next to the other one. Give them a little shake. Take a moment to feel the difference in the two sides. Maybe noticing how the right side has dropped a little deeper into the ground while the left side is still sort of floating up on top of it. And here we go for the left side. So you find your band if you're using one, find the width of it, and take that around the ball of the foot and the middle and end of the arch. The toes are free. And when you stretch the leg up, you pull the elbows down, shook up on the band, so you've got nice support through that TheraBand here. As the toes curl down, lift the heels to increase the stretch in your calf. Drag the leg back a little closer to your chest to get more stretch in the hamstring. And then we point, we anchor the elbows, we slide them forward towards our hips so the shoulders are not up by our ears. And we point, let's cross the body first. Inhale, the left leg moves right, then it goes low in neutral. Externally rotate out to the side, drag it up. If you're drawing a smooth movement in the air, like you're trying to trace that circle on the wall, up to the ceiling, on the opposite wall, and then back all over again. Keep pulling down through the upper body. Your abdominal wall is going to be working to hold your body steady against the weight of your leg. As we cross the leg over, we inhale for the first quarter of the circle, and then you exhale all the way around. So keep the exhale going, 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 exhaling, 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 exhaling until the top, and then you're happy to take that next breath in. You try to flood the lungs with fresh air, and then you try to pump out all the toxins out with that exhale. Let's go for one more circle here. The arms can sweep around following the angle of the leg and the band. Come to the top, stretch again, and now let's reverse. Inhale and away from center, open the leg externally, hold the right side heavy, pull that leg across the body, drag it up and lift it. And it is perfectly fine if the first time you're doing this, if you're new to Pilates, if the movement is really small, you'll still benefit from doing a small circle in the air, as long as you're really honest about keeping the hips grounded and then working the reach into the strap or the reach out of the center of the foot and finding that deep inhalation and longer, deeper exhalation. We're going to complete the circle up at the top again. Take both ends of the band in your left hand this time, or again, use your hand to support the leg. Hold the right side grounded. It's helpful to actually take your hand on the hip bone crest or on the thigh to push it down, and then open the leg away from that. Once you're there in the external rotation, you rock the leg very gently. We're just trying to stretch more of the inner thigh muscles, the adductors, to help them relax and let go. This is where the support from the band of the leg is helpful, because otherwise those adductors would be trying to hold the leg up off the ground. Now we'll pull the leg up as you exhale, bring it across the top, switch hands at 90 degrees. And now we cross the leg over. You extend your left arm, look out over the fingertips, reach the leg long, drop it down and rotate it internally. The stretch will travel from your thigh to your glute into maybe even the low back. We're still holding the left shoulder down so that you're opening the chest. And then pull the hip down, lift the leg up. Again, you can give it an extra little tug here, maybe compare to where it was when we started. And then as we fold the knee in, you'll take the band out, place it at the side, and then tug it in tightly here. Try to compress at the knee as long as that's comfortable for the knee joint. And then you can release that leg forward. It goes right out of the hip socket, parallel to the other one. And then let them rotate externally. So now you want to feel, if you feel more of your body connected to the ground than we did earlier. Next, let's pull the left knee into your body, hand to the shin or to the thigh, easier. Fold the other leg in, lift it up, and then lift the head. We're rocking forward and up here for rolling like a ball. Sit near the front of your mat, and easier for beginners, hands to the back of the thigh, more difficult, hands to the shins. We look down, upper ab curl. We lift the feet as we curl the tail up, get a curved spine here. As if you're inside a ball or inside a bubble, look down into your belly. We start the movement not by throwing the head back, but by lifting the tail and shifting our weight. Roll to the shoulders, exhale and dive forward. And we roll back again. Your exhale starts as soon as the blades touch, and exhale through the lift to come back up. If you're having trouble coming up, your hands to your thighs is easier, because then as you come up, you can extend the legs, and that will bring you up where maybe you couldn't with your hands on the shins. Double check that you're rolling equally on the right and left side. So you're rolling straight down the middle of the mat and then straight up it. Pilates used these exercises to be sure we were working our bodies equally on the right and the left, so that we had balanced strength in all of our movements. Let's do one more. The elbows are lifted and forward to move the shoulder blades apart so that the ribs can really sink back between them. Next, from here, we're moving into the abdominal series. We're just doing the first two today. So you can pick up your right leg, take your right hand to the ankle, the left hand below the knee on the shin, And then the left leg can stretch away as a counterweight, as a counterbalance, as you slowly bring your body down to your best upper up curl into your belly. It's also fine to do this with the head down. And now we inhale and we switch the legs. The right goes forward, the left pulls in tight. Your left hand on the ankle again, and then we switch. Always the outside hand to the ankle. As one leg pulls in, you can pull up with your chest and increase the curve into the upper abdominal curl. And as the leg goes out, you try to hold yourself there when you don't have the connection hand to leg. And again, we switch. We stretch the leg straight out of the socket, try to float it away from your body, and then pull it in tight as the other one extends. We're going to end here with the left leg pulled in and the right leg elongated, and then pull both knees into your chest, lay your head down, and lay your feet down also. Now, the double leg stretch, the basic movement is the knees are in, the legs zippered together, hands on your shins, one on each. You come up to your upper up curl and look down at your navel again. As you inhale, the arms and legs rise. You reach up through your fingers, you reach up through your toes. Exhale to circle the arms around, embrace the legs into your body, hang on tight to the shins, and pull yourself a little deeper into that curve. Inhale, reach up again. Do not let your gaze follow your feet. It's looking down at your abdominals. That keeps your head and your neck in the correct position as you embrace. Now, as you advance the exercise, the arms and legs start to move a little further away from each other. And that's fine as long as you don't change the position of your spine. If you find that you're falling flat, like laying down as the arms go out and the legs go forward, that is completely wrong because you've lost the work in your upper abs. So we want to find the position, the angle that challenges your core but doesn't overwhelm it. And then you circle, embrace in. Let's do one more. Stretch away from your center to whatever works for you. Circle and hug the legs in. And then we'll lay the head down, lay your feet down, open the arms, and just turn your head side to side. Rock here, looking to one side of the room, then the other. Release the neck a little bit. And now we're coming up for spine stretch. So we pull the left leg in, we extend the right leg up to the ceiling, and come up forward again. Rocking forward, you can open both legs, scoot back if you need to. And if your hamstrings are tight, sit elevated up on a book or a yoga block, a cushion of some kind. In this exercise, the arms are extended forward, the shoulders are plugged back, and you press lightly down into the air like you're pressing onto a tabletop to let your spine lengthen and your head float up into the sky. Begin by looking down, chin to chest, and then reach out through the top of your head, forward, out, over, and down. So your body draws an arc in the air. You feel like you're a wave rolling up onto the beach. You go as low as you can. You can bend the knees and go lower as long as you still feel that you're pulling back with your waist and not just collapsing into hip flexion. Push down through your legs, sink your tail into the ground, and as the tail dives deeper into the center of the earth, you rise from the bottom to the top of your spine. And we do that again. So you look down, feel like the head is leading you forward. First it stretches the neck, and then it starts to stretch the upper back. Then you move down the spine, the middle back starts moving. The lower back is last. You pull your waist back into the spinal curve, open what is tight. Keep the belly lifted up into your back line. And then we press and we stack the spine up from the bottom to the top. It's like you're rolling yourself back against a wall. And actually that's a good way to practice this exercise. So you get the feedback from the back line of your body. And let's go again, looking down and then diving forward. You take that stretch, you reach out here. And then we'll come all the way upright. Shoulders easy. And then lower the arms down. All right, now we're going to go into your saw. So the legs are going to stay here, maybe open a little bit wider. And we extend the arms out to the side, reach them long. And we rotate to the right. So as you spiral, you'll bring the back of the left hand to the outside of the leg, reach it long across here. You're opening the chest, looking up and back and lifting that back arm long behind you. Coming upright, hold the twist, unwind the body, spin to the left, and you dive over. Again, if you had done the last exercise seated on a yoga block or elevating the hips in any way, or bending the knees, you do the same thing here. Coming upright, and then unwind the body. The arms flow with the movement of your spine, diving over again, and you pull the arms away from each other. Really try to stretch your body open with that reach through the arms, and dive as low as you can, keeping both hips rounded. Picture your sits bones bolted into the floor beneath you. And we're going to slide again, rotating here, going over. You can let your hands skim along your leg at wherever you touch. It might be way up at the thigh. It could be down by your foot. Doesn't matter. Get the connection and pull your body more open with that pressure into your leg. Lifting upright, center here, and then let's lower the arms down. We're going onto our side for a little bit of the side kicks. So let's lay on your side, face the camera. And here, options are you can prop your head up. There'll be a little space here under the armpit, or you can extend the arm out, lay your head down if that's better for your neck. You might want a towel here between your ear and your arm. I'm coming up, and the legs move forward at a slight diagonal. We're going to reach out through the top foot to try to lift the waistline off the ground and feel that length in your whole waist, front, back, and side. The hands pressed into the ground in front of you, the right hand if you're on your left side, to give you more stability through your upper body. Now, pick up your top leg hip height. We flex the foot and we swing the heel forward, reaching back through the glute, back through the tailbone, pulse 1, pulse 2. Point the foot and push the leg back, opening the hip without leaning your torso forward, open and pulse 1 and 2 again. You work the glute on the right. So flex to come forward. The bottom leg stays where it is. We're working to keep the leg the same height from the ground, regardless of whether it's moving forward or back. And you double beat as it's behind you, opening across the hip, getting a stretch deep into your psoas. Let's do that again, flexing forward, double pulse. And point, reach it back, and double pulse again. Come back to center. We lower the leg. We rotate it externally, so now the knee and the toes point up. Point the foot and you lift the leg high. Flex the foot and you reach out through the heel, try to bring heel to heel. Point and you lift. Drag the legs up like you're a bridge and you're trying to pull that bridge off the ground. Lift the drawbridge and then close it down. One more like that. Flex to go high and point to reach it long. And we flex up and point down. We'll do one more like this. Flex and lift it, point and stretch it away. For développé, you bend the knee, you slide the foot in along the bottom leg, pull the knee into your shoulder, extend the leg up, flex the foot and push it down. So it glides in. You try to keep your hips stacked. It's really common for people to let their top hip fall backwards in the effort to get more rotation. Try not to cheat it out like that. And you reach it down, reversing, flex and go up. Point the foot, bend the knee, and then sweep it down. It goes long. It gets longer as you go. Breathe out into it, lift, point, bend, and exhale. The more length you find in your body, the more stable you'll be. And here, rond de jambe, we bring the leg forward, up, around, back, and through center. Trying to go in as big a circle as you can without destabilizing your body, laying here on your side. It's hard, it takes practice to figure out where you engage to prevent your body from tipping. Let's reverse it. The leg goes back, you open the hip, you spiral, externally rotate, up, around, back, and through center, and we do that again. You're not allowing yourself to just collapse onto the ground here. Keep pulling the head out and away and the legs long. Let's complete one more circle. And then from here onto your stomach for grasshopper. You can overlap your hands, take them under your forehead. You can also take them palms up under your hip bone crest. In that case, your head floats off the ground. You're looking down, but you're not burying your nose into the mat. Let's lift the right leg up first, an external rotation. Keep the hip bone pressing into the hand here or into the mat if your hand is by your forehead. And then lower the leg, and then we lift the other one up. You're working your glute to take that hip into extension. And then if that works for you and you want to try both legs, you lift them both and you clap the heels together and apart. Lightly tapping. It's not necessarily a big movement, but you're working to keep the quads active so that you lift the thighs and not just the lower leg. Knees are straight here. And then let's lower the legs down, hands by your chest. Push up, sit back in child's pose. Round your back, curve it. Head hangs down, stretch the arms forward, roll up, and then we're switching sides. So you lay out on your right side. Find the pull into the bottom arm. Be sure that you're stacked on your hip and not leaning forward or back. Top hand presses into the floor right in front of your chest. We pick up that top leg, flexing the foot. Inhale, and it goes forward, reaching out through the heel. Pulse, pulse there. Point the foot, exhale, take it back, and pulse again. As the leg goes forward, the body does not lean back. And then as the leg goes back, the body does not lean forward. Hold your body exactly where it is, like you're inside a vice. And again, take it here. Not letting the foot drop at either end of the sweep. Let's do one more. Double pulse here, stretch the hamstring. Here, open the front of the body. Come back to center, lower the leg. We rotate it and point, kick it up high. Flex the foot and bring it down long and deliberate, heel to heel. Point and it goes up and flex and it sinks down. One more, point to lift and flex to close. Now reversing, flex up, point and stretch down. Flex and you lift it, point and you push it away. One more. Draw an arc through the air like a rainbow, and now fold the knees, slide the leg in, and lift the leg up, flex, and reach it out and down. So you glide it in like it's skating on ice, knee to chest, lift the foot up and sink it down. One more in this direction. And then we tap, we reverse. Go up with the flexed foot, straight leg, point the foot, bend the knee in, tap the toe down and slide it down the bottom leg. Think of lengthening both legs on that sweep out. Good, your head is still being pulled away from your body as the leg reaches long away from your head. And now rond de jambe here, the big circle. Inhale forward, exhale up, around, back, and through center. You do that again. You circle, you stretch. Last one in this direction. And then we'll reverse. Take it back, lift it, and then lift it again, circling here. And one last one, you'll feel the work in your glute, both in the back and at the top of the hip. All right, and now from here, we're coming up to sitting. Our final exercise today is called seal. It's another rolling exercise, like rolling like a ball, but it involves opening and closing the legs to clap the feet together, both while you're vertical and also while you're upside down. So the knees are open. Be sure you have room to roll. Take your hands between your legs and wrap your hands around your ankles. Rock your tail up to curl back and balance point on your sacrum. Look down into your belly. You open and close the thighs, the knees move apart and together to clap 3 times here. We'll inhale to roll back and clap 1 to 3 times with the butt in the air. So roll and clap 1, 2, 3. Come up and clap 1, 2, 3. And then back you go. Important not to smash your head into the ground. That's the main rule. Other than that, you can sort of have fun. It helps you open your hips. It helps you massage out your spine. This helps you balance the right and left side of your body again. And let's do a couple more. With this one, we're inhaling to go back. Clap, 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 and exhale to come forward and clap again. All right, and that is our class for today. Good. So the plan is for each of these classes, we'll be picking up the pace a little bit and adding more exercises in. We only have 30 minutes for this class. The other class that we do on Tuesdays is 45, and we can get more into that when it works for your schedule, or when you can go onto YouTube and check this out. Thank you so much for being here today. If you have any questions, hang on and ask me.